Let me ask you all a very serious question. Would you sacrifice $40,000 on the line for quote unquote vibes? Is it option A? No, I would not do that. That's kind of stupid. Or B? Yeah, because vibes are very important. You guys tell me your answers. I'll give you a few seconds. If you said A, no, congratulations, you're normal. You actually have something, there's actually something okay with you in the head for this. However, the reason I ask this question is because apparently Marvel Rivals players still don't understand what it means to take a game seriously when they have to. Now, if you played Marvel Rivals, you've probably heard of this drama before. A player by the name of Kingsmen, a very good player, he reached top 1 on PC with controller and is arguably maybe the best Magic player in the whole world. He was in a $40,000 tournament, which was a creator cup that was organized by someone. I don't know his name, nor do I care to know his name, because he also did something pretty stupid, and was sponsored by NetEase. The whole idea of the cup was basically just to use Deadpool to the best of their abilities, basically, while others also just participated in the tournament like it would be a normal tournament. Now, the important actors of this drama are Kingsman, the victim, CC, and Zaza, the two people that caused Kingsman some issues. Now, this comes back to my question from the beginning. $40,000? I don't know about you. If you're rich, good for you. But if I had the chance to go for $40,000, I'm taking that chance, and I'm not gonna be silly about it. Like, if you play competitive games, a normal comp match, okay, whatever. You win, you lose, it doesn't matter. You gain rank, you lose rank, whatever. At least you're not losing money. But a tournament for 40 grand, that's not something to joke about. That's a lot of money. And it makes sense that people would want to take it seriously. However, some people didn't get that across their heads and just decided to start basically, in a way, throwing because of quote-unquote vibes. Where this is coming from is basically Kingsman was in a team with CC, Zaza, and other people, right? And Zaza plays Widow, and not only does she play Widow, she is a Widow one-trick. That alone is bad enough, that she's a one-trick. That's a big problem, the fact that she's a one-trick and going into a $40,000 tournament. That alone's a problem, but that's not the biggest issue here. The biggest issue spans from the fact that in one clip, Kingsman was carrying the entire match on his back in a domination map, while the Widow was 0-5 in the first half.
Can you ult the Luna? Can you ult the Luna? Ah! One!
And this is one of me. He's a Venom.
Hulk can die, Hulk can die. Fire Hulk, Fire Hulk.
Done.
He dies. Okay, guys. Pace and point proven right now. Do you understand?
Well, you've been making me play
Yes,
Of course I'm gonna
How
play
do you not see the front?
However, normally, people would say, oh hey Widow, you gotta switch, you're doing terribly right now. That's the normal consensus. In fact, normally people would say if they saw you playing Widow, you're throwing, play someone different. However, Widow players, there are some really good Widow players. I'm not going to say all Widow players are trash. There are some really good Widow players. I've played some against some good Widow players. There can be very nasty Widow players out there in the works. But it doesn't matter how good you are at a character if you are going negative. If you're going negative and providing no value, it doesn't matter if you have 1,000 hours on that character or even 10,000. If you are not providing value, you are basically useless to the team. And this was an idea that CC and Zaza could not get across their heads, because when Kingsman, rightfully so, asked to play a meta strategy, they chewed him out over it and actually tried to basically make him feel guilty about telling Zaza to switch. Now, I would understand why he would choose to play triple support. And to those of you who don't understand what triple support is, it's basically a long time meta thing that's been happening since the early days of the game. It's an annoying thing, but it is a very powerful meta, where basically, out of the 6 heroes, there's 3 healers, And then there can be 2 tanks or 2 DPS, it doesn't matter. That's a decision that the rest of the team has to figure out. But the whole purpose of triple support is basically just to make sure nothing dies, to ensure that the team can stay alive for the whole match and can actually consistently keep going and winning the match with ease. That's the point of triple support. However, people don't like triple support. Not a lot of people actually enjoy playing triple support because of the fact it's meta. It happens a lot in comp and sometimes even in quick play off rip, which I think is crazy. And it makes games feel boring and take forever. That's just how it is. And it doesn't help that last season, healers were stupidly overtuned. Gambit, Invis, like these 2 characters alone caused people to start hating healers again. So, Kingsman wanting to get the 40 grand for his college, it would make sense that he would say to play with something meta. That makes sense. It's $40,000 to pay off college funds. That's like a very important thing to him. He needs that money. But because of the fact he kept begging the Widow to switch to Bucky or to even go triple support, they just declined. People were going against him, and CC wanted to mute her mic from time to time and start trash talking him.
Widow is she's a hit or miss character. Like some games,
Listen, guys,
she's not gonna be good every game. I like honestly.
Why'd you
yeah,
block
but
Zaza,
I just
bro?
don't think
I'm
she
just
uses
saying
Such a
purely for the
hater.
composition.
How are you doing, Panda? It's
Like
been a while
Lucky
since you
or
talked.
something that can
about
peel
Leader.
for
Are you talking
sports
about
if you're being
Matthew?
permadove like that is better. Because Widow is so frail and so squishy, and I know this because I've gone against every Black Widow, #1 Black Widow, all of them, and you run full dive in hot elo,
Everyone thinks
you
this
just
guy's
dive
a
her and
loser.
explode her
Kingsman's a
like a
loser.
bug. That's just what happens.
That's such a good point. You're so right about that, and we're still gonna play Widow.
Eventually, Kingsman was kicked because of quote-unquote toxic behavior, which I think is crazy because he was just trying to do his best to win 40 grand. And CC, reacting to Kingsman's hour-long video, decides to just basically just try to like not take accountability for anything. It's the classic Marvel Rivals quota with some of these players. If you're doing poorly, you never take accountability for your actions. It's just how Rivals has been for the last couple of seasons, and that's how it's going to keep going, clearly. But it's one thing if that's competitive. If it's in a competitive match where no money's on the line, okay, whatever, you're going to run into that a few times. But it's how the game works, it's just how it is. But for $40,000, I'm sorry, I don't know about you, but if my teammate is sacking $40,000 because of quote-unquote bad vibes, I'm chewing them out. I don't care, that's 40 grand. So the moral of the story of this whole thing is don't like screw up a potential to get a good amount of money. Like 40,000, like I know I'm saying the amount a lot because but that's just how important and how stupid this is to me. It's 40 grand. If it was $20, okay, whatever. 20 bucks is something else. You can get that by just working a shift, by working a day, like just working for a day, you can get $20 in maybe an hour or two. But 40,000, some people don't make 40,000 in a year. Like 40 grand is a lot of money. Like, and another part of this, the moral of the story, don't one trick in competitive games where there's multiple characters to play. Because if you're running into a tournament where they may very well play counters against your best character and you're one-tricking, which means you can only play that character, nobody else, then you're basically just a ball on a chain for the rest of your team. You're the weakest link. You don't want to be that. But I guess the idea didn't cross over to Zaza and CC, and they just decided to they just didn't want to win 40 grand for some reason. And the craziest thing is too, if I'm not mistaken, CC said this, we are playing this for fun. Now, I understand, it's a video game. People play video games for fun, to calm down, maybe they're coming back from a stressful day of work. That's the one story, I get it. Video games are a great way for people to de-stress. But, if you're playing for quote-unquote fun, for $40,000, and you're willing to throw that away because it's not being fun for you, you shouldn't have entered the tournament in the first place. You shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have. And it shows. It shows it. So CC and Zaza are at fault here. Nobody else is. However, that doesn't mean that people should be harassing them and all that stuff. Like, I get it. They did something extremely stupid. Like, if I was pick and roll, I don't know, sorry, if I was Kingsmen, I wouldn't have been as calm. I would have been chewing them out like crazy. But at the end of the day, what happened has happened. He lost 40 grand for college, and I hope the rest of them are happy about it. Clearly, Cece is trying to not take any accountability still at this moment because she posted a video trying to make it look like that pick and roll. That Kingsman was the one at fault. She posted multiple tweets trying to basically apologize, but still taking zero accountability. And it's like, at that point, why did you join the tournament? If you're not in it to win it for 40 grand, why are you there in the first place? Sorry about that little rant. I'm just prepping for exams and I saw this and I got angry, so I just decided I'd make a video on this. And I hope the microphone with these headphones work, if there even is one, because the old ones didn't have a good mic. But sorry again for taking those breaks. School was getting hectic last couple of weeks of January, because for January, school's getting hectic. It's hard for me to fully focus on making videos. And I have an exam to prep for tomorrow, but I just decided to do this quickly for fun. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day. You're not seeing another video from me until next week, probably, because I still have exams to worry about. But yeah, thank you for spending your time watching this. God loves you all, and please, for crying out loud, do not harass them. Do not target these people I mentioned. Do not say that you're gonna threaten to sexually assault them and tell them to kill themselves. That's not okay under any circumstances in this situation. You shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, thank you all. Have a lovely day.